Hey, how's it going? My name's Ashley Rose. Of course, you can call me Ash. Welcome back to the channel. Of course, everything brought to you here is by, of course, all the sponsors that you're going to see listed on the screen, like Curse Cosmetics and, of course, Secret Society Goths. Telling secrets for over a decade, I believe. I don't know. I got to talk to Jacob about that. I'm not exactly sure how many years. 7, 5, 10. It all flies by. Anyways.
What's going on, y'all? This is Jacob with Secret Society of Goths, and I've spent the past half decade making content for bands from all over the world to help them grow their audiences organically. I never use AI and I never use bots, so if you're an artist trying to grow your audience, hit me up. Send me one message on Instagram and we will get a plan going for you.
This episode is powered by Curse Cosmetics. Use my code AROSEDISTORTION for 10% off, where horror meets beauty. And also go to Abracadabra NYC, where horror is year-round. The year-round Halloween store. That's Abracadabra NYC. Same code for 10% off, AROSEDISTORTION. I'm here with Pumpkin Guts. How are you both doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm well. I'm good. I like your mask.
Thank you.
And I like your makeup. So first of all, let's go ahead and let's talk about you both. Exactly. Tell the people who you are. I know there's a good portion that know who you are from We Are Horror Records, but tell the people who you are.
Well, we are the founding members of the band Pumpkin Guts. I'm the lead singer and front person. My name is Olive, and do you want to?
I'm the werewolf, and I play guitar.
And also sing.
Yeah, and also sing occasionally.
Now, exactly, what are your vocal influences? Of course, if you don't mind me asking, because you sound very similar to Zombina, in my opinion, which is, I think it's a great honor to say that. I really love the sound. It's very upbeat. I guess we could say that. It's a very upbeat sound.
I mean, I don't really know. I just kind of, I just kind of like to sing, so, I know like our sound in general is pretty influenced by like Alkaline Trio. I would say that's the primary influence.
At least in the older stuff, yeah, for sure.
I like Alkaline Trio. I know a lot of people don't. There's a whole thing about whether or not Alkaline Trio is hard punk. I just consider Alkaline Trio.
Yeah.
Like, I never really called them hard punk. I know they had some like kind of spooky vibes at one point going on, but I can see how it would be Alkaline Trio. So let's talk about how you got started. How did Pumpkin get start? Where did the name come from? I think it's a cool name. I love actually your EP covers. I think they're awesome. It's very vintage Halloween, which I dig.
Well, like actually the name kind of came about before anything else. Like back in probably 2016, I was just kind of out walking the dog one day and I was thinking about like how much I enjoy, like one of my favorite things about Halloween is carving pumpkins. So I was thinking about that and I was like, I'd really like to do a project called Pumpkin Guts. And the initial idea that I had all the way back then was something so different from what we ended up doing, because I was thinking about doing some very experimental, like I was like wanting to use a bunch of types of instruments that people don't use a lot, and I was thinking like primarily like kalimba and stuff. But then during the pandemic, I kind of finally talked him into doing music with me, and we started out as just us just doing like acoustic songs and stuff, which you can find those on YouTube still. They're not the best, but a lot of those songs ended up being like transitioned into full band songs. Not the vocals, the lyrics and stuff have changed a lot in most of them, but yeah, like we just kind of started out doing acoustic stuff, and that's what I thought we were gonna do for a while, was just be like a folk horror band was kind of the idea. But then after like the band, like the Renfields, like their lead singer talked with us about how basically how he thought like a full band would sound with our sound. And so then we just kind of started piecing it together after that.
So you were going to originally start folk horror.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, I know I know it's an acquired sound, but I think folk punk is pretty cool. Like, just it's a unique sound in general. So that's really interesting that that's actually the origins of Pumpkin Guts. I know a lot of people are like, we saw the Misfits and we were like, that's what we want to do. But that's still pretty cool. So where I know, since a lot of people don't exactly know very much about you, where is Pumpkin Guts from?
We're from Kentucky, kind of like middle of nowhere Kentucky. Like our nearest major city is still almost 3 hours away from where we're at. So we're just kind of, we always say that we're like from the like, the graveyards in the hills of Eastern Kentucky. So and that's probably where some of that like original like folky kind of stuff comes from, is like our country roots or whatever.
That's cool. That's cool. I dig it. So anything go on in your town during fall, like fall festivals?
They do something here that's called like the Dead Ball, and then which is like a masquerade ball. And then also we do have some nearby like pumpkin patches and stuff that have little fall festivals and things. So it's not a huge thing here. I'm hoping it becomes a bigger thing around this area.
The ball thing is new, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 That's still pretty cool. I mean, I grew up, I grew up in South Texas. I grew up in various parts of South Texas, city and country. So, I mean, I grew up in like when majority of my childhood was on like a ranch, so the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I completely understand. So, let's talk about your relationship with We Are Horror Records. So, how did it necessarily come about? How did you reach out to Dan? Did Dan reach out to you? Who reached out to who? Was it someone else through We Are Horror Records that recommended you?
So it was a few years back whenever we first released our Small Town Ghost Stories EP. It was the first thing we ever did. It was actually just three of us at that point in time. It was me, Olive, and then the original Scarecrow that played lead guitar for us. So we just put out like a 5-song EP, and one of the songs on it is called Hello Kate. And just randomly, we got like a notification on Facebook, and I don't know, Instagram maybe, yeah, that we were going to be featured on
Metaverse.
Yeah, that we were going to be featured on what he was doing, Horror Punk's Not Dead radio show at that point. And so that was our first initial introduction to Dan. So he reached out to us, or I thanked him or something like that, I believe, and like thanked him for playing us on there. And then he started talking to us like occasionally. And then he started up the We Are Horror Records. He had asked us before if like we would be interested in joining, and of course we told him, yeah, we'd have to think about it. And then I think that's when he went on his hiatus for a little bit, wasn't it? For I don't know, like maybe a few months, half a year, something like that. And then whenever he brought it back, he had reached out to us again, and we just talked to him a little bit more about it, and it just seemed like more of a.
It seemed like a good idea.
It just seemed like a good idea. He helps us out, we help him out. There's no like, he's really easy to work with, and he's also like just super helpful when it comes to ideas. Like I can pitch an idea to him, like, hey man, like, how about we do this as a full entire like label, like group thing? And he's like, I love, even if we don't go with the idea, he still is like super interested in hearing. I don't know. He's cool to work with. So
yeah, Dan's pretty cool. He's really easy to work with. A lot of the bands are on We Are Horror Records. That's why the majority of them do come on here. I know we have some gaps in between interviews because I have interviews of people that aren't necessarily on We Are Horror Records, but that's why I prefer to have a lot of people from Dan's label to come on. It's because everyone's so willing to be like, okay, well, if they can't do it, I'll go. So it's very nice. It's very convenient. So let's talk about. I always ask everyone this because everyone in this community has what I call their look, their war paint ideas. Where did it come from? I like the werewolf mask. I must say, it's a werewolf, right?
It is, yes.
I like it. You don't see a lot of werewolves in the community, so I dig it. I like it.
I mean, like a lot of our stuff is based off of the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark books. So I was like, I want all the members of the band to be like something that's featured in those books. So
Okay.
like my makeup and stuff, the rest of my stuff is just whatever, but like my makeup is based off of the cover of the first Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark book, like the original artwork. And then we just picked out things that are featured in those stories and was
That's
like,
cool.
yeah, so we've got a scarecrow, we've got a skeleton, we have a ghost thing, and then we have our werewolf.
The original werewolf mask was like a $15 mask from Walmart.
Yeah.
It was because if you track back to the original acoustic videos, it's funny because it was just a faceless arm that would play acoustic because I had no mask. And then we went and did a video actually with Jason V from the Jasons. We did a live acoustic thing with him, and I wanted something to cover my face, and we just had a $15 werewolf mask laying at the house, and it just looked like a puppy dog.
Yeah, it looks like a puppy dog.
Yeah, it was awful, but so anyways, and then we just upgraded from there. But yeah, it's funny.
Hey, everyone's got to start somewhere. As I always said, like if we're talking about like pro wrestling, as far as like that's originally where some of my background's from. Everyone's had a horrible gimmick when they started,
Mm.
so there's that. Oh, so what are your favorite stories from the series?
Like I love almost everything that's in the first book specifically. Like the haunt is one of my favorite ones. Cold like clay, room for one more. And then like as you go through the other books, I like is something wrong from book 2 is like one of my favorites. And then Harold, obviously, I feel like everybody loves Harold.
I think everyone likes Harold.
Yeah.
Now, how'd you feel about the movie?
I love the movie, honestly. It's very, it has its flaws, but I think I like it a lot. I'm actually it's sad that they didn't continue with them. Like I really wanted to see where they were going with it. But yeah, like I watch that movie every year on Halloween. I watch it at least once.
The creatures did look great in it. I mean, they did a
Oh,
really good
the
job
makeup
on
looked
it.
good. The special effects makeup was
Yeah.
really good. So, what got you into folk punk? Was there a particular thing that led you? Particular band?
I don't know. I don't feel like there was anything specific. I just like forever have wanted to do something with music, and I don't have a typically like a voice that people would like typically. I feel like anyway. I'm not trying to like downplay myself or whatever, but like I'm not a person who I tried out for choir in school, couldn't get in choir. I did all kinds of like talent show type things, never won anything. And so I was like, well, maybe I need something a little more niche that's not like trying to make me sound like things that are on the radio or whatever. So that's just kind of, honestly, I think some of the interest originally came from the soundtrack for that movie Juno.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Juno's a great film. It's a great
Mhm.
independent film. I mean, it's incredibly popular. So it's okay. No, that's okay to say you like Juno. I like Juno. It's okay.
But like that soundtrack, like the Moldy Peaches or whatever, like that the vocalist, and I was like, if they can do that, I can do that.
So, as far as the acoustic sound, the acoustic set, do you plan on maybe doing like an acoustic EP at some time? Maybe revamp it, put it out.
Um, Yes.
Yeah. Yes. It's okay if you don't have a time frame. Or you just
We
you
have,
don't, or is it a surprise?
if we do it, it'll be years from now because I have this whole entire idea of what to do with it. Um, I mean, I could probably say it now, and by the time it happens, everybody will have forgotten about it. So it probably doesn't matter. Um, but yeah, I mean, yeah, we do. We want to eventually make an entire um, album of past songs that we had recorded full band and just transpose them to complete like acoustic piano top stuff. Just thought that'd be. Have you ever listened to Damnesia by Alkaline Trio? Just go back to them.
Not lately, to be
Okay.
honest with you. I haven't listened to like much Alkaline Trio. I was never really a huge Alkaline Trio fan, but I liked Alkaline Trio. You know,
Yeah.
it's a great.
Well,
I know. I believe. One of our previous guests. I mean, we've had Evelyn's Casket on here. I believe that they've also had an Alkaline Trio influence, kind of.
yeah. Well, they had released like a record that it was just all old songs that they had already had. You know, they'd been recorded and stuff, and then they just made them acoustic songs. That's all it was. But I wanted to do something like that eventually. Just thought it'd be fun.
So, who writes the songs? The majority, as far as the lyric part, is
Me.
it you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have like a handful that like he's wrote, but most of the time it's me. I mean, like I'm a writer, so like I don't know, yeah, I usually do it.
Now, do you have anything up and coming? Do you have anything planned leading into? I mean, we're gonna hit fall. We're in the summer. Fall will be here before you know it. I feel it. It's around the corner. I'm ready for it. So, do you have anything planned?
Um, yes, we do. We really wanted to keep it secret as much as possible,
You
but
don't have to give us too many details. Don't worry. You don't have to if you don't want to.
well, I feel like the cat's almost out of the bag, anyways. Because I mean, the most recent single we released was called "The Torso," and it was based off of 13 Ghosts film. So it's literally about the second ghost in it. Um, Second ghost. I mean, I don't know how to word that. Ghost number
That's
two.
okay. Ghost number
in,
two. The
in
second.
the order that the lady talks
Um,
about them. Uh, so yeah, we do plan on releasing an entire album based off of that movie, and which is
that's
weird
cool.
because it's something we've never.
It breaks away, like, because I was like, I want all of our stuff to be literature based, but then he really wanted to do this. And originally it was just going to be like a Bandcamp release, but it's turned into something bigger. But I think it's going to be good, so I'm okay with it.
We had I mean, we were in the work of an actual like new full length album. Like that was what we were doing, and we got so ambitious with it that we were like, we're not gonna have time to release it by the end of this year, so we should probably do something else. So we were sitting on about 3 or 4 songs that we had already written for this for a later date, and it was like, well, how about we just knock the rest of those songs out, get it finished by the end of this year, and then start working on our full length record, you know, this winter and then release it next year. It just made more sense. So that's kind of, I don't know. It
That's
just made
okay.
more sense to us.
It's good to know that a lot of your songs are mainly literature based. You're not the only one that's in the community that does things literature based. I know a lot of people do film based as well. So I think the 13 Ghost one is pretty cool. It's definitely an idea that's not around too often. I mean, I believe Rise from Your Grave did something with Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Imperial Nim Vind, a lot of his songs are actually literature based. A lot of people don't know that, but they are.
Oh, that's cool.
Except for, well, I don't think. I'm trying to think. Do you have anything film? No, I don't even think he had anything really film based. It's either space or literature. So there you go. You're not the only one that does everything literature based.
Yeah.
Any other like authors that you're into, Olive?
Oh, I like I like everything, but like I since sometime last year I've been trying to read through all of these Victorian era Gothic books. So like I've read a couple of like H.P. Lovecraft stories, and then of course like Brahms Dracula and Mary Shelley and stuff like that. And then uh more like newer stuff like I like stuff that's based on like Greek mythology and stuff like that. So like Madeline Miller is one of my favorite authors.
It's a Hill House one.
Oh, Shirley Jackson also. I love Shirley Jackson.
That's cool. I mean, I love hearing, everyone has different influences, especially that's one of the best things about this community. It's not so much about just the acceptance in this niche of punk and alternative or goth rock, depending where your sound is coming from. It's the fact that everyone has different influences. They have different ideas. Some are literature based, some of them are film based, some of them are game based, like video games.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much, for going over that. Like, I think it's really cool. Now, let's go back to We Are Horror Records. Do you got any collaborations that you're interested in doing? I always ask this question. It's a general question, but I have to ask because people are going to want to know. Do you want to collaborate with anyone? If you can name anyone, you don't even have to give me one because I know it's kind of difficult and some people don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but 1, 2, 5, whatever.
Personally, I would like to work with Won't Stay Dead. We got to play one show with them, and they were really cool. And just as a band, and I think we fit well. Like I know music styles are still different. I just think we would. I think a record with us two on it would fit all right though. And then Tom from Rise from Your Grave. Like I've just recently actually started listening to them. And we're a lot different, but Tom's really cool. I would like to work with him on
Tom's a
something
really
like that.
cool guy. He
Yeah.
really is. He's got a certain type of like energy and presence to himself.
Yeah.
So he's a very fun-loving guy, I would say. In that
Yeah.
aspect, he's got very good energy. I'm a big believer in energy, so Tom's a great guy. I've had him on here, and I know he does do a lot of stuff American based with We Are Horror Records.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, he's been helping us out actually recently. I've been in communication with him and Dan about some stuff that we're working on, and he pops out ideas like left and right. So it's really cool. He's helpful.
all right, Olive, your turn. Your turn. Who do you want to work with?
Did I name them all? Did I name the ones you
I
want?
mean, I'm always up for working with pretty much anybody, honestly. Like I'm always like I love to just like have that sense of like community and to have anybody else to do like any kind of creative collaboration with at all, like to have someone else to bounce ideas off of, or like I'm always interested to work with pretty well anybody.
All right, generalized question now. Favorite horror film? If we've already talked literature, and this is always going to come back. It's always going to, always going to come up. That happens to me at least like once in a while. It's always going to come up. Favorite horror film? Do you have one? Do you have a few of them?
I mean, like my favorite horror movie is The Haunting from 1960. I love that movie. That movie is even like it gives me the creeps. It's like a comfort movie for me. I love that movie. And then probably my second would be Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And
I was going to say, if you're wearing the shirt, you don't name it.
yeah. And I don't know. I'm trying to think what my what like my third would be, just to have like a top three. I just like a lot of the old like black and white stuff a lot. Like probably Dracula. I love Dracula.
Any form of Dracula, or just Nosferatu, or
Just like the 1930s Dracula,
Okay.
you know. I love that.
All right, your turn. Let's go.
I would say Candyman is probably number one. Uh, the original Candyman. The new one was great, but the original Candyman, I think,
With
would
Tony.
probably. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. God rest
That
his
that
soul.
movie just freaks me out still to this day. I don't know. It's eerie. And then the original Frankenstein. I do enjoy that movie quite a bit. And
Yeah, where is he?
I do enjoy Hellraiser. I don't know if I'd classify it as a favorite though.
Alien?
Alien. I do love aliens. So, uh,
I consider Aliens like a science fiction horror. I do.
yeah.
How'd you feel about the most recent one?
Romulus, I thought it was great. We were actually watching the trailer for the series a little bit before we came up here to do this, so pretty excited about that as well.
All right. Well, thank you again. It's about that time, so tell everyone where they can find you.
You can find us on our music is streaming on all these places, you know, Spotify, Apple, Bandcamp, all that under Pumpkin Guts. And then on Instagram, we are under Pumpkin Guts Music. And on Facebook, it's just Pumpkin Guts. And then I think on YouTube, it's also just under Pumpkin Guts as well.
All right. No individual accounts, just Pumpkin Guts. You don't
Yeah.
have to put them out there if you don't want to. It's okay. It's cool.
Yeah, as of right now, it's just Pumpkin Guts.
All right. That's cool with me. Thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate it. And I know we were supposed to do this the week before, but I got caught up in other work. So thank you again just for coming on. So we really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for having us.
All right. Well, goodbye. Good night, everyone. Day, night, whenever you're listening to this. And of course, we're on all audio platforms.